Okay. First we will discuss like all selected. For understanding all selected, I have loaded this data, financial data. Financial data is available in Power BI. Whenever you click a blank report, there you will get a load a sample data. From there, you can load this financial data. So what I will do here, first I will create two slices and then I will create a table visual. So let me create two slices. See, here I am just selecting a segment column, and again I am here creating another slicer, and now this time I am putting here like product. Yeah. Now inside all measures, I have created some measures. So first I will show you a measure. If you see here I have created like calculate function, and then I have used here sales column, which is available in financial table. So in this measure, I didn't use anything like there is nothing, only some function is there. So what I have to do here, when I create a table visual, and if I drag this sales without any function, so you will see here total amount of sales is showing here. Let me increase the size. I'm just giving here global font size, and then I'm making the bold font, like holding the column header, and I'm changing the data format. So inside the property, I'm changing it to whole number and giving a 1000 separator. Similarly, I have created another measure, but this time I have used here all function. I have given here some of the sales column, which is available in financial table, and I have given here all and then financial. I am giving the complete table financial. So it means it is removing filter from all the columns of this table. So when I drag this measure inside this table visual, so you will see if I apply any of the filters, nothing is changing in this measure. Like it is the total sales we can say. Now there is another measure which I have created here. Here I have given some of the sales column, and then I have given all selected and the complete table, financial table. So if I drag this column inside this table matrix, so what you will see here, if I apply filter from any of the slicer, you will see this first and this third is changing, like both are changing similarly. If I click here, it is getting filtered based on this product filter. So here you will not understand the difference. If I drag some other column inside this table visual, let me drag here discount bank. Both all and all selected values are same. But when I apply any external filters like filter from slicer or filter from the filter pane, this all selected value getting changed. So if I apply filter from this slicer, you will see here this total values, like this total values is same for everything, for every discount band. But if I apply filter from this product, you will see this filter is same as the total value of this, like this total value for this, all the discount band. So the difference is there. When you are using all selected, the filters are working from the user end. But if you apply the filter in particular visual filter, then this filter is not working. So like high, low and medium, these are also a filter. These are not working for in case of all selected. But if you apply filter from the slicer or from the filter pane, these filters are working in case of all selected. So this is the basic difference of all, all selected and all. Now you are
Okay,
getting this.
if you add a slicer of the discount brand, can
Yeah,
you
then it
add
will
a
work.
slicer for the discount brand?
Then
Let's
then it will work because it become the external filter now. So if I apply filter this, then this will work, because this become external filter. Discount band become external filter. So basically we use this type of all selected whenever we want to calculate like percentage of any product, then we use all selected. Let me show you an example here. So here I have created two more visual like measures. Here I am just giving the sales value without any function and then dividing with the all function. Okay. And another I have created here where I have used sales without any function and then sales with all selected function. Okay. So it means this sales value are changing based on the internal filter, but this all selected will not change. So let me drag these two measures. Yeah. So see here, if I haven't applied any filter from the slicer, both values are same. Okay, 31.48% same. But when I click on this channel partner, you will see this value getting filtered, and if you sum it, then it becomes 100%. But this one is like showing 1.52%. Why this is showing? Because here you have used in a denominator, you have used all, like sales amount for all the product. So it is taking the grand total value. But here it is not taking grand total value. It is taking the total amount of this, like 181800594. If I remove this filter, so this is the grand total value, double 18726,352. This is the denominator in case of all. But if you apply the filter, so this is the denominator in case of all selected. Now we are going for date and time. So here we have our first date function. So basically the first date function is simple the date function. We will use this for creating the date value. So for that we need to use year, then month, and then day. So it will create like the date column. So I will show you an example. I have loaded a table. If you see here, we have same table, but here we have a start date and end date. In starting date, you can see all the year, month, and date are like in a text form. If I click here, you will see it is in a text form. See, the data type is text. Now I want to create a date column by using this. So it is very simple. We will extract year, we will extract month, and we will extract the day. After that, we will use this date function. In date function, I will use like year, then comma, then month, then comma, then day. Then it will create a date in a form of date. So how will I do this? I have to create a new column. So I'm giving here start as a date. So here I'm using date function. Inside that, I will take the year. So if you see here, the starting four values are our year. So we are moving from left side. So here I'm using left function. Left function,
4,
start date, and then comma 4.
4.
Yeah. So this is our year. Now for month, we are taking the mid to value. Okay, like 10. 10 is our mid value. So it is starting from 5 and their length is 2. So for that, we have to use mid function. Start date, starting position is 5 and the length is 2. Okay. Now for the day, we need to give the right to value. Right, start, and then 2. Okay. Let me press enter. Now you will see here, this is the date, exact date. If you select this, then the data type is date and time. So if I click here date only, it will give me the date only, time is removed. And let me give the sorting. So this is how you can use the date function. Similarly, we will create for end date. And let me give you an end. And one shortcut thing I will tell you. For an example, here we have a start date, here we have a start date. Everywhere we have a start date. I want to change it like in a single click. So you need to select this, select any one, and then press Control Shift L. Control Shift L will select everything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I remove this, I can directly put here end date in all the three places.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just changing the date data type. So, okay. Now this is how we can use the DATEX function. Now there is one more thing like DATEDIFF. DATEDIFF is for like we are calculating the difference between two dates. And there is one more argument, units. Units is like in which unit you want. If you want in a month, you can give your month. If you want in a day, you can give your day. Even in hours, you can, if you give hours, it will give the return value in hours. Okay, let me show you. See, there is a start date and there is an end date. We can calculate the difference between these two days.
Okay.
So I'm giving a new column. Start date. And for that, you need to make sure the data type of this column should be in date type, date or date time. Okay, text will not work. Here I want in days, and I will give here days. So it will give the days between these two dates. If I give here month, it will give me the month. Okay. If I give here hours, it will give me the hours.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how DATEDIFF is working. Now we have YEARFRAC. YEARFRAC is like we can find the fractional values between two dates, but in that like in the year form. For an example, we have two dates and it will give me 0.79. It means it is in year, which means 9 months.
How it will be the 9?
For that, you need to like 0.75 multiply by with 12. So 0.375 we can write it like 3 by 4, 3 by 4. We can write like this. So you need to divide 4 with 12. So it will give 3 into 3. It become 9. Na? Start date. Now we have some common text function like year, month, day, hour, minute, and second. This is basically we use to extract the year or month or day from the date. Okay.
Clear.
And if it is time, we can use hour, minute, and second. So this is simple one. I am not going to show this. Okay.
Okay.
Now there is one important thing like today and now. This is very important interview question. What is the difference between today and now? So today means they are giving the date only. There should not be any time. But now will give a date time. Okay. It will give
Yeah.
you the times, date and time stamp. So today and now, this two text function. Now there is weekdays. Weekdays is like we will get the number of week, like the day of week. If this is Sunday, it will give 1. If it is Monday, it will give 2. Similarly, we will get 7 days. and the default value for Sunday is 1. Okay. But if I give here 2, 2 means Monday will be 1 and Sunday will be 7. Okay. So let me show here weekday, and then here I'm giving start date. And if I'm not giving any other argument, it will take Sunday as our first day. If I give here 2, Monday will be our first day. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So after getting this number of days, we can convert it into text type. Like I will give here 1 for Sunday, 6 for Saturday, like 6 for Friday. We will give here by using switch function. Similarly, we have weeknum. Weeknum is like the number of week of the year. We have 52 week. So if there is any date, it will find what is the number of week in whole year. Okay. So
Okay.
if I not give any other argument, it will take Sunday as our first day. Okay. So for that, I'm creating new column. Number of week. Weeknum. So this is very confusing. Weeknum is for number of week of the year. Weekdays is the number of day of a week. Here I'm giving a start. See here 41 is the, like we can say
Weekday.
this is October 5. So 41 week. So this is the number of week.
Okay.
Now we have time intelligence. Time intelligence, like we have some dates YTD, dates MTD, and DATEADD and dates between. It will give the it will return the table which will give the start of the year, like 1st of January to till today date, like the latest date which is available in the date column. Okay. So one thing is important whenever you are using this time intelligence function. We cannot directly use this dates YTD in our fact table. We cannot use this in our fact table because in fact table there might be a chance there is a gap between the date. If there is any gap between the date, it will not work. So for that, we need to create a calendar table. Here I am just creating a table, new table. So for calendar table, I have to give here calendar function. So you know the difference between calendar and calendar auto.
I don't know.
Okay, let me tell you. For an example, whenever you are using calendar auto, in the data model, it will search for the fact table and it will automatically take the column, like the date column, and it will automatically return a calendar table taking the maximum value and the minimum value. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Auto.
Got
But
it. Got it.
the problem is uh, with this calendar auto, if there is multiple fact table or if there is a multiple table having date column, it will get confused and it will take the column having the maximum range. Like if there is 2 tables, some having 1 month range and some having 3 months. So it will
Got
take
it.
the 3 month of the range. Okay. Reducing this, we use calendar only. Okay.
Okay.
And whenever you are using calendar, you need to give your own maximum or minimum value. You need to give your own starting date and ending date. Okay. So
Okay.
here I'm starting date, I'm using minimum function and I'm selecting the start date, like start date from the data table. And for end date, I'm giving here max and start date. Okay. So it will create it will create a calendar which is starting from 3/10/2025 till 10/10/2025. Okay.
Okay.
And let me change it to the date data type. sorted. So our calendar is created. Now we can use dates YTD. So let me first create a table. Let me create a new table, and there we will use okay, let me first see if there is any starting date available or not. The starting date is not available. Okay, we will try to create. And one more thing, when you created this table, now you need to mark as a date table, and you need to enable this. Select the date column. This
Okay.
is very important step whenever you are creating calendar table. Now you will see the symbol get changed. Okay. Now I am creating new table. Date 1. Dates YTD. Calendar date. It will give everything because we don't have the date of last year. No? What I need to do. Yeah, one thing I can do here. If I go in the transform data. And I'm changing the date, start date. Here we have 2025. Na? I'm giving some date having 2024. Yeah. If I show this calendar table, in calendar table, you will see the minimum date is like 10/5/2024, and the maximum date is 8/1/2025. Okay,
Okay.
8 means the month 8. Okay, starting number is the month. So here we have 2 years of data, almost 2 years of data. Now, whenever I'm creating a new table by using dates YTD, it is taking the first date. Let me convert it into sorting. So you will see here the first month, like 1st January 2025, and then giving me the latest date, which is 8/1/2025.
Okay.
Now you are getting this thing, right? Dates YTD.
Mhm.
So dates YTD is returning the table. After returning the table, we will use it into a measure. So I have created some measures for this. If I see here, see, this is the YTD sales. So here I have used calculate function. In the expression, I have used total sales. Total sales is nothing. It is just sum of the sales amount.
Okay.
So here I have used dates YTD in the filter of this calculate function. Okay. So here first I'm creating a visual, like a table visual. And one thing in the calendar table, I have created year column and month column and quarter column. Okay. This is simple one. I have used quarter and the date column. I have used month and then month of the date column. Similarly, I have extracted the year from the date.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I drag year inside this table visual, let me increase the font size. Here we have a global font size, which increases the font of every element of this visual. Giving here. Now you can, if you see here, this is showing some different value, because if you right click on this, it is showing sum. You need to put here do not summarize. Okay, now this is 2024 and 2025. Now if I drag here YTD, if I drag here total sales, So you will get here for 2024 it is 700 and 2025 it is 800. Now if I create a card and if I drag the YTD sales here, you will get here, it is giving me the sales value for current year. You are getting this thing? YTD is giving me the sales amount for current year only. Similarly, if I copy and paste this visual again, but this time I'm not using year, I'm using this time I'm using year, but this time I'm creating matrix. This is the matrix. And I'm using quarter in the column. So if you see here, for 2025, we have the latest quarter available in the date column is third quarter, and it has the sales value 150. So if I create QTD, if I create the QTD, so it will give me the value 150. 150. So from the date column, it is taking the automatically it is taking the latest quarter, which is available 2025 third quarter. So that's why it is giving me the sales value of latest quarter. Is there any doubt for this? Okay. Similarly, I'm
Show me the
creating,
calculation for the quarter once.
yeah. In QTD, I have just used here dates QTD in a filter and total sales, which is similar like sum of the sales.
Okay, clear.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So the best thing is here, it is automatically detecting the latest date available in the calendar table. We do not need to give the max function or minimum function. Okay. Now here we have one more thing, like DATESMTD. DATESMTD is taking the first day of this month and the current date of this month. Okay. So I'm just creating, I'm creating this table visual for like showing the value, what will be the result. So in place of quarter, I'm just putting here month in the column section. So if you see here in 2025, we have the latest month is available 8th month, and having sales value 150. So if I create a card and inside the card, if I use MTD sales, it will give me 150. Okay. Now here, like here we can see in QTD, if I want to change the fiscal year, I have already told you it is automatically taking January is our first month. So January, February, and March is the first quarter, and then rest is the second quarter and third quarter and fourth quarter. If I want to change the fiscal year, we need to give comma and we need to give the fiscal year. So here we can give the fiscal year like 6,31. But I don't think. Let me give for the year YTD. Yeah, it is available for YTD, but it is not available for QTD or MTD. If I want to start the month from April, so like our end year is 331. 3 is the month and 31 is the date. Okay. Yeah. Now, one more thing, sometime you will get total YTD. Instead of dates YTD, there is one more function we called it total YTD, or sometime you will see total we can say QTD, and sometime you will see total MTD. Okay, so the difference is there in dates. This dates YTD returning the table. That's why we are using it into the calculate function. Okay, but in total YTD you have direct function. Like, let me show you this one time. In total YTD you can directly use this function without calculate function. YTD says using total YTD. So here I'm using total YTD. Total YTD. Here I'm giving like the total sales, and then you need to give the date column. So we have calendar date. Okay. If I drag it in a card, it will give me the same thing, 800. Okay, it will give me the same thing, 800. But the difference is here. We cannot use any other like filter in this total YTD. Okay, we have to give only the total sales, and we have to give the date column. But if I want to apply one more filter, like if I want to apply the filter based on other column like reason column, so this we
Okay.
cannot apply into it. That's why we are
Total
using
value.
calculate function. Okay, so this is the basic difference between dates YTD and total YTD. So here we can apply one more filter like
Got it.
reason.
Got it.
Okay, so this is the thing. Now we are moving to our date add. Date add is a DAX function which are shifting the date backward or forward. So it is not like summing the range of any date, giving the range of any date column. It is just shifting the date to the previous period or forward period, same period last year. It is similar to date add. Okay. Sometime the interviewer asks you what is the difference between date add and same period last year. Yeah. See here, I have created one measure. So here I'm using same period last year. Same period last year is for only for previous year. Okay. We cannot move like 1 month back or 1 quarter back. It is only for one last year. So if I drag this inside this, in this visual, here we need to mention previous year. See, why it is showing 400? Because the for when we are using same period last year, we need to check the exact date. So if I am dragging the exact date, you will understand. It is showing me like for 10th March, 2025 and 15th of 15th of April. These two dates are available for the last year also. If you see here, 10, 3, 3, 10, 2024, 4, 15, 2024. These dates are available for 2025 and these same data available for previous year. So it is returning the sales amount of previous year, like this 100 and 300, which is from the previous year. Let me change let me change the sales amount, because here we have the same sales amount. Like, yeah, 10, 310. Here I'm giving like some random value, and here also I'm giving some random value, 1000. Now you will understand. If you see here, for 4/15/2025, it is giving me the result of last year, which is 1000.
Last year, same date.
Same day. Yeah. So this is the use of same period last year. Same period last year is shifting the date to the previous year for same date. If the date is not same, it will return blank. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear.
Now we have two more function which is confusing. Uh, yeah. Dates between and dates in period. Dates between is like we have some two fixed date. We want to return the table, return the dates between these two dates. Then we use dates between. Okay. Let me show you an example. So if I see here, let me put it any ascending order. So here we have like 3/10/2025, 3/10/2025, and 6/25/2025. So let me create a measure.
First one is month.
First one is month, second one is the date.
Okay. Okay.
Sales using dates between. So here I'm just giving inside the calculate function, we are using this total sales
Okay.
and dates between. And here I'm using calendar table date. And first we need to give the column, the date column, and then we need to give the starting date. So I'm giving here my starting date is 3/10, 3/10/2025, and the end date should be 6/25/25/2025. If I create a card, why it is showing 650? If you see here in the formula, we have used 3/10/2025, which is this one, 3/10/2025, and 6/5/6/25/2025 is our end date. So it is
Okay.
taking the date, the sales amount between these two dates. So that's why it is like 100 plus 300, which become 400, and 250, it becomes 650. Okay. So
Okay.
dates between we are using for like returning the sales amount based on to fixed date. Okay.
Okay.
So this is not dynamic. This is static. We need to change it. If the date is increasing in the date column, this will not change. The sales amount will not change. It will be fixed 650. Okay. But sometime we want to make this window dynamic. This range we want the dynamic, which changes as per the date column. Like update when we update the date column, window get update. So for that we are using dates in period. Okay. It is creating a window which is a continuous range of date, and here we will give our range. Like for an example, sometimes we need to create a moving average, or we can say rolling average for last 7 days, or we can say for 30 days. That's then we use this dates in period. Okay, let me show you an example. I'm just using this formula only. I'm just creating another measure. So here I'm using dates in period function. So I need to change this only. Dates in period. Here I have to give the date column, and then I need to give the starting date. So for an example, we have a date in the calendar table. I want to pick the maximum date. So here we can use max of date from the calendar table, which is the starting date. Now I need to give the number of interval. For an example, I want to calculate last, we can say last 2 months of the 2 month of the total sales. So I'm giving here -2 in the number of interval, and inside the interval I have to select the month. So apart from month, we can move uh, 2 days back or 2 quarter back or 2 year back. These 4 attributes are available. So I want to calculate for two pre the last 2 month sales. Okay. So yeah, now I'm creating one more measures, like one more card. If I drag this inside this, yeah, you will see here. We have the latest date. We can say the latest date available is 8/1/2025. And if we move like 2 months back, like we can say 7/1/2025, 6/1/2025. So we have only 150 in the output. Okay. If I move here 3 months, then we have some differences. Then we have 400. Why it is 400? Because 8/1/2025, 7/1/2025, 6/1/2025. Okay. So 6/1 will cover this also, 625. So 250 and 150 will be 400.
So in the max, so you are taking the max date of last 3 months.
The maximum date which is available in the calendar table.
Yeah, and then you are going back 3 months for
3 months. Okay. So this is for creating the continuous range of data. It is for creating a window, and this window is dynamic. If I update this date now, for an example, I update this date for 10, like we can say October 1st, 2025. So it will automatically take the maximum date October 2025. Okay, so this is dynamic, but dates between is static.
Yeah.
Okay, now moving to our different category, relationship. So relationship are the DAX functions, uh, which are useful whenever we are making the relationship between two tables. Okay, so let me first we know VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is available uh, in Excel. Okay, so similarly, we have lookup value in Power BI. We have lookup value. So what is VLOOKUP? We can say if there is any reference column, then we can use the reference column and we return the corresponding value from other column. Okay. Similarly, here if I show here, like I have created see in the data model, if you click here plus now, you can create your separate like structure of your table. For an example, if I click on auto layout, and here I want only these two tables. I don't want the other tables. So you need to just hold the control button and select this. And you can right click and remove from the diagram. Okay. So it is not removing the table from the data model. It is just removing from this layout view. So sometime if you have large multiple tables, large numbers of table, so we can create separate layout. Okay, for better understanding. It is just for preview purpose. Okay.
Okay. So these layout also will be consumed by the dashboard. The second layout also.
Yeah, second layout is also used in our dashboard. Okay.
Okay, that's what my query. Okay, clear.
So here I have used 3 different tables. If I go there in the table, we have a sales table having sales ID, product ID, customer ID, and quantity and sales amount. This is our fact table. And we have date. Okay. We have this sales table. We have this customer table, a customer ID, customer name, and reason. And we have products table, which has product ID, product name, category, and price. So what I did here in the data model, I have created a relationship which is one to many and in single direction from product to sales. And this is also one to many from customer table to sales direction. Okay. So previously I have already told like the filter is always moving from dimension table to fact table. It means the filter is controlled by this customer table. Okay, we cannot apply filter from this sales table to filter out this customer. This is not possible because the direction is always from dimension to say fact table. We are using single direction. Now, one thing for an example, if we don't have any relationship, the if we don't have any relationship and in the in the product table we have category and product ID. I want product name in the sales table based on this product ID. So we are using a reference column which is product ID. So in that case we need to use lookup value which is similar to VLOOKUP. Okay, when there is relationship is not there and we want to return the corresponding column, then we need to use lookup value. So I'm creating a new column. So here I need to give the lookup value function, and inside the lookup value function, first we need to mention like the result column. So I want the product name from the product column, product name from the products table. Now I need to give the which table, like which column I am using for the reference. So I'm using product ID from products table, comma, product ID from this sales table. Okay. So this means these two columns are our reference column, and this is our result, like a result column, which we will get in the output. See here, it is matching with the product ID and returning me this product name. This is similar to like VLOOKUP. Okay. Sometime we want to use two columns as a reference. Like for an example, I want to return the sometime like here in the product table. Like sometime we have two columns which we need to reference. So for in that case, we need to give one more comma. Okay. And here we can give different thing like let me give the category of product column. And I don't think category is available in this. So for an example, if we want to refer two columns, then we can after comma we can give those two columns from two different tables. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how we are using lookup value. But sometime when we have a relationship, like we have a relation between this product ID, we have a relationship between these two tables and this customer ID with this customer ID. In that case, we are not using like this lookup value. Okay. In that case, we are
So
using
where there is no relationships, we will use the lookup value.
lookup value.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we don't have any relationship, then we are using lookup value. But if we have a relationship, then we are using related or related table. Okay.
Okay.
This is very important function. Most of the interview you will like interviewer ask you what is the difference between related and related table. So for an example, see, this is my dimension table and this is my fact table. We know that in dimension table we have unique values and in the fact table we have multiple values. So if I want to return anything in the fact table from the dimension table, and the relations would be one to many. Okay, see here in the dimension table we have one and here we have many. So if I want to return any column from the dimension table to the fact table, we are using related function. But when we want to return anything in the dimension table from the fact table, then we need to use related table. I will show you example. So if I go here in the table view, and here I am in a fact table, this is my fact table. So if I want to return the product name from the dimension table, so I need to create a new column. And here I'm giving the name category column using related. So here I just need to give the related function, and then I need to give the column which I want to return the category. And it will there no need to give any other thing like from which column has relationship. I just need to give related, and I'm creating this new column in our sales table. So it will automatically detect like sales column, is there any relationship between sales or product or not. Okay. So it will automatically return this thing category column. If I use your product name, it will give me the product name from the product table. See here, the result are same. The result are same, but this time we are using related function. Okay. So now what I did here, I have returned this column in the fact table. Okay. That's why we are using related function. But for an example, now this time I'm in a dimension table and I want to return like sales amount. I want to return the sales amount in the product dimension table. So this time I need to use related table instead of related. Okay. So I'm just sales amount using related table. So here I have to just give here related table, and then I need to give the sales amount column. Like I need to give the table name. So sales table is related, but this will not directly work. This will return a whole table. If I press enter, it will throw enter. It will throw error. I need to give here SUMX function because related table is the iterator function. It is working row by row. So I need to give here SUMX, and here I'm just giving a table which is related table sales, and here I'm giving the sales amount column. Sales. Let me give you sales. Yeah, sales amount column. So what it is doing, it will automatically sum whenever the product ID is same. For an example, this is 101. If I go here in the sales table, if I filter here 101, it will give me 750 and 500, and the sum become 1250. So in the product, it is giving the aggregated value 1250.
Okay.
Okay. So always remember, whenever we are returning any column from fact table to the dimension table, then we are using related table. Okay. And when we are returning anything from dimension
Table
table
to dimension table.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So this is the basic difference. And always remember relations, the relations.
One is related One is related, other one is
related table.
table related
Related
table.
table.
Okay.
Related table. See here, related table. Okay. So the relationship must be there between the table. Then